Hey guys, Marilyn here, your optimism guru, ready to spread a little daily cheer in your world. So today I want to encourage you to completely release fear from your life. To my mind, there are two different areas where fear really comes into play in our lives. One area is when we are under attack, when we are actually in a fearful situation. Our house is being robbed, we're being hijacked, we are running for our lives, we have a scary situation happen. Those kinds of emergency fear situations. The other field of fear in my mind is one where we are in a situation that we are doing something that we aren't supposed to be doing. Completely in our control. We know what we're doing, and we then have fear of being caught, fear of being found out, fear of everything going haywire and it becoming one of those emergency situations. So let's look both kinds of fear in the eye right now so that we can move past the fear and move on with our little lives in the optimistic kind of way. So, from an emergency standpoint, to my mind, the greatest way to handle the fear is to face it head on and to allow that innate fight or flight to take hold. To allow the fear energy to become actionable energy. So to get out of the house, to get away from the situation, to fight like hell, to run like you've never run before, to get out of that situation, to save yourself and to save those around you that you love. So, obvious fight or flight fear situation. More what we're talking about today, more applicable and much more under our conscious control, is this other kind of fear. So when we are doing things that we know in our hearts that we have no business doing, when we are in a situation where we know shouldn't really be here right now, I knew better, I should have gone with my gut. I knew better. My parents told me not to do this and I did it anyway. I knew better. I'm going against my marriage by doing this. I knew better. On and on and on. I shouldn't be spending this money. There are so many situations where we actually create lies that we tell ourselves, lies that we tell others out of fear. And those are the kinds of situations that I really, really, really feel passionate about addressing today. So fear is caused when in these kinds of situations, we know what we're doing is the wrong move. We know that we're doing the wrong thing and we continue to do it. And then we have a fear of getting caught, getting found out, and getting ourselves exposed to the truth. So when you feel that kind of fear take hold, because you've already clearly, if you're in that situation, you've already ignored so many different signs. You've ignored the initial thought. You've ignored the initial, I shouldn't really be going here. You've ignored the actionable steps. You ignored it in thought, and then you clearly have ignored it in action. The trip to going to the mall to spend more money than you should, the trip to the motel where you're going to meet someone you shouldn't be meeting, the trip to wherever it is, that journey that has taken you to this place where you find yourself right now in fear. You ignored the thought, you ignored the action, you've already ignored going with your gut, knowing what you're doing is the wrong thing. So now you're in a fear situation where you don't want to be found out. And from this point, I'm going to tell you, release the fear, like the fight or flight, face it head on, own what you've done, own what's going on, own the truth, and move forward. So take ownership of that fear by facing it. And by facing it this time, you will find it easier and easier to pay attention many more steps ahead, not getting yourself in this kind of situation again, not putting yourself in this sort of situation that then leads to the fear of being caught, the fear of being exposed, the fear of being called or considered a liar, the fear of not being well thought of. So own what you've done that got you right here. Own everything that went ahead of you that caused you right now to be in fear, and then move on, embrace it, let it go, and then move forward. Move forward without fear, because once your lies or your deceit are exposed, it makes a huge difference. A weight has been lifted, and you can move on without burden through the rest of your life, and you can control from that point on. Every time your gut is telling you, don't do this, you will be so much more likely to pay attention and to listen and to not do it. You will have the gumption to stop before it becomes this gut-wrenching fear of exposure. So I just want to encourage you to go with your gut, to listen to your instincts, and to avoid at all costs situations that put you in any kind of harm, that put you in these tough situations that cause you to make those choices. Because we choose the friends who help lead us down this path. We choose the things that feed our brains, that give us these ideas. We choose the jealousy that leads to us wanting more or wanting different. We choose the things that feed the initial ideas, and then we also choose then the fear of exposure. So your optimism guru here is just telling you to stay on a true path, a path of truth, a path of transparency and honesty with those around you and those that you love and those that you respect. Because when we respect others and when we have self-respect, we are not willing to put ourselves in one of those kinds of situations. When we truly have love and respect and honor for someone else, we will not be in a position where we're lying, where we're being deceitful and just being dishonest. Because from a place of love, you cannot have fear. You cannot have dishonesty. So I just want to encourage you to put this into practice in your life. I thank you for joining me today. I hope that you are not in a position where this is an issue in your life, but if you are, I hope that you have taken some solace and this inspires you to take some steps to move forward out of this. So thank you for joining me. If this message means anything to you, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I love subscribers, but mainly I just really take joy in knowing that I can encourage even one person through these videos. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for joining me today for Daily Cheer, and I hope to see you again very soon. Until then, I hope you are making it a great day.